Hi, this is Vic here. I figured might as well make a video because it's a lot harder to explain this without showing you the full Atlas passive tree. So here goes. Um, Basically, I changed a lot of the ways I approach the Atlas when I started playing Ruthless. Previously, I used to like to go a strat where I push to high rids very fast, like within day 3, and then I just farm chain high rids and do content generally around the map, a normal map cycle, right, where you just elk and go or elk and go and then just do very fast mechanics and then clear maps every 2 minutes or so, and then you just do like 30 maps an hour, that sort of thing. But I've started to change my approach ever since I started playing Ruthless. So I've realized that you don't really need to be pressured to push in the high rids if you're doing something like this. So first and foremost, Alva is like super good for low levels, mainly because you can accumulate Alva missions pretty easily, and secondly, you don't really care about the tier of your Alva mission because your only concern is getting 2 things to spawn in your temples: Locus of Corruption, the double corrupt room, and the Doriani's, which is the gem double corrupt room. So as long as you can get these 2, you're gonna make decent bank, amazing bank, because you can just sell off the temples, and you don't really need to feel pressure to push the high tiers easily, quickly. So generally, this is what my tree looks like to do that kind of play. I path here, get all the Alva nodes instantly, immediately, just so I can get Alvas. I push here into getting shaping the mountains to get high tier maps. Then I push here and get Cryptic Gateway. And when I go Cryptic Gateway, the first thing I do is go Stream of Consciousness, because I'm not going to use any fragments. I'm just trying to get as much base content as possible. And then I path here and then start blocking every single thing I don't want. Right, I blocked Breach because I realized that even though they've changed Breach, it's still quite bad. Abyss is still bad. I wouldn't want to play Abyss even with the new changes to the items. Expedition is actually pretty good, but I don't like how Expedition requires you to stay too long in one spot. I learned that last league. Even though it's somewhat profitable, I think you can generate more profit doing faster maps. Sacred Grove, obviously, because it takes time. Legion, because it also takes time. I block Metamorph. Delirium is interesting. I used to like Delirium, but I realized at the start of the league, Delirium doesn't really give you that much. So I'm just gonna block this. I blocked Blight and I blocked Ritual. The only thing I didn't unblock is Heist, and I think most of you don't like Heist, and I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, we're in a league. Okay, so this is my theory, right, and this is how you should approach it. In leagues where the league mechanic gives you a lot of currency generation by itself, Heist is like pretty meh. It's not good, right? Unless you only do Grand Heist, which, personally sustaining them is a pain in the ass, so I wouldn't want to do that. But in league mechanics, especially this one, where you don't get a lot of currency, Heist is super good because Heist drops a lot of currency, right? Especially just normal contracts. You don't even have to go do Grand Heist. So that's the reason why I've left this in and focused on a half Heist, half Alva setup right now. So I'm basically doing maps, trying to get as much Smuggler's Caches as possible, and just doing the heists that come out of it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I've gotten Nico as well, so I want more Nico spawns. I also want more Alva spawns. I might eventually path here and get more June spawns because I love these 3 mechanics. June is probably my least favorite in this version of the game. I prefer Delve, so that's pretty much why Delve and Alva. Also because this requires like 1, 2, 3 points, which I don't really have at the moment. Okay, so and then after I get all the Alva nodes, I path here, get the Alva nodes, I path here, get the Alva nodes, and I complete Alva here. Right, then I start filling out these areas. I get all the shaping the valleys and shaping the seas, just getting higher tier maps, higher Kirek spawn chances. Then the next phase would be to path here to get this, and then get this, so you can get this, right? So you're getting intelligence gathering. This is a very strong node. You can actually kind of get sustained safe houses even without doing lots of Junes. So that's the reason why I'm going here. And the other reason is if I start pushing the 14s or 16s, I will start going here to get Conqueror maps and here to get Guardian maps. So I'm going to run here and get all these maps. Lightly is I will also go for Eldritch altars, and I'll go for Searing Exalt altars, so that will be these altars here and these altars here. That's why this pathing is required, because when you go these altars, pathing all the way here to get these two, and then intelligence gathering is just cost way too much. If you make the jump here, you can just get the intelligence gathering and then the boss drop nodes, boss map drop nodes. So that's my rationale behind it. Let me sell this. Sorry, I don't do D&D when making videos, because honestly I consider videos as part of my entertainment. I'm not primarily here to give you information and grow this channel. I'm actually just playing the game and filming myself playing the game at the same time, or rather recording myself playing the game at the same time, because you know, you do two things and at the same. I mean, my personal take is, if you're playing a game and you're not really helping other people, it's kind of pointless. So I might as well make a video so you guys can benefit off off my thoughts about this game. Alright, so let me go back to this. The next phase as well is, once I get all these nodes and I start doing T14, C16s, I'll start looking for a third mechanic to add in. And lightly is, I will probably actually I haven't really decided, to be honest, so it's not a given per se, but a good chance is I would just run and get all the smugglers, all the smugglers nodes, contract stuff. Is it this one? Yeah, these ones. Contracts. So these ones over here. Yep. So yeah, more smaller sashes and all that jazz. So focusing fully on Heist. Heist has so far made me, I think, about close to 3 divines. I got 1.5 divines just of a replica Hyres, which is the amulet, and then a lot of the and the other divine was mostly there are 2 divines, 1.5 divines was mostly currency drops from chests. And I've also decided to invest in this. I bought this for 10 chaos. It's like really cheap. Alterations drop pretty common from rares nowadays, so I think this will pay itself off, I think. I'm not sure if this is chess or counts from like mobs as well, but whatever. And then scarrings into regrets is nice too, because regrets can be sold for chaos. So that being said, right now I am sitting at 3 divines, almost 4 divines total. And yeah, I will continue doing Delve. I really like Delve, so Delve, June, Alva, and then Heist. Should be good profit. I don't think I will need to do anything else, and then my build will just progress as planned. Okay, I hope you enjoy this. I'm gonna leave this video and then put a link for the Atlas passive tree in the description. Alright, peace.